Welcome to an emergency Binge Brothers podcast. A lot of news, Kevin, the last 2 days. One Piece, which we'll get to right away, I am extremely excited about. Very unexpected stuff and very exciting. So we hopped on. I'm going to do a short episode for this week. We still are planning a full-length episode maybe to record this weekend. So we will get that up, but we're going to record this and get this out to you as soon as possible. Here it is, Kevin. The big news. The best Batman, Ben Affleck, numero uno, is returning. He's returning to become the Caped Crusader once again, as Ben Affleck is returning as Batman in The Flash. Now, in our first episode of Binge Brothers, we also discussed that in this Flash movie, which could have a Flashpoint type of twist to it, where it can go into different dimensions, timelines, and whatnot, is bringing back Michael Keaton. And now it's confirmed he's not the only Batman that's going to be in this movie. Ben Affleck is back. Now, this is huge for a number of reasons. One, because I was pretty certain that Ben Affleck was done forever as Batman. I mean, we were going to see his Justice League Snyder Cut, the footage that was shot, but that was shot years ago.
Yeah.
But they've got him to come back. They had a good story for him. He feels like he's in a personal place where he can come back and do this role. Now, there's a lot of question marks. Obviously, we're not sure how big this role is. We don't know if it's a full supporting role. He could be in for 5 minutes. Maybe he's in for 2 minutes. We have no clue. But we know that him and Michael Keaton are confirmed now to be in this. Michael Keaton, as I suppose, is not confirmed. He's reprising his same role as Batman. Some people speculate he could be playing Thomas Wayne. But
okay.
I think it's very likely that he'll be playing a different version of Batman that's from a different timeline. And then he'll have the Flash will bring him in some capacity. But this is huge news. You know, there's a lot of question marks still, but I'm super excited about it. Kevin, I'm shooting it to you. What are your initial thoughts on the Batfleck returning to the big screen for another role more time?
Yeah, thanks, man, for having me here. I'm excited. It's 7 p.m. here.
I didn't even introduce you. I'm sorry. I'm Max Walk as well. This is the Binge Brothers podcast. I was just too excited. I had to get into it.
Yeah, Binge Brothers. Yeah, we're pumped. We're in this, baby. We're here. We're live. All right. So, yeah, man, that was interesting to see. I was not expecting that. I'll tell you one thing.
Extremely unexpected.
I don't think this is a real year. I honestly don't think
this is like the third good thing that's happened this year, and then like the rest has been just trash mostly.
It's so up here and down
yeah.
here. There's no
this is definitely top 5.
Yeah. But no, yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I like him as the Batman. As more kind of like the brute, cold, broken. But also, I kind of like that they did add a little bit of humor in him. Not my favorite, but I did like that they did add some sort of humor.
In Justice League,
the original one, yeah, the Justice League. I'm so excited for Justice League, and then so like with this too, I'm excited just to see him there as well. I think I like the aspect that it's gonna have that continuity, and I also think I like the fact that they're doing something kind of different. I mean, we've seen a little bit of it before in Marvel, but they're doing somewhere for the first time. It's just like almost like breaking the fourth wall, like almost just like future proofing. Like this is the first time we've ever seen an old Batman. You know what I mean? We've never seen like an old, all that those things together. It's crazy to see it.
Well, we're gonna have old Batman and older Batman with Michael Keaton too. I mean, because Bruce Wayne was really it's very exciting.
Max, could they be saving Christian Bale for DC fandom?
So there's a lot of speculation. I've already been looking at comments, tweets, things like that, and people want to know if they're gonna be able to get Christian Bale. I think it's unlikely, and I think the difference is Christian Bale, his universe as Batman was not a universe that I think that a Superman would be there. It's not a universe where there's otherworldly things. It was very grounded and gritty and realistic, which I think that's what made it so, strong of a trilogy, truthfully. So I think that would play against it. But I mean, hell, if they could get maybe what if they got just a 20-second cameo where the Flash went to a random universe, ran into Christian Bale, Batman, and then left? I feel like something like that is more likely than an actual role, such as maybe Ben Affleck or Michael Keaton's going to be playing in this movie.
Now, doesn't Christopher Nolan produce? He produces these movies, correct?
I don't think so anymore. No, I don't believe he's in the producing role anymore.
Steel. I know he was for Man of Steel.
I think he was in Man of Steel. I think I can look it up and confirm what he is doing. I mean, but I believe
that happening is maybe that connection.
Yeah, but I
don't know if he'd want to ruin that. I mean, I don't know.
No, absolutely. I'll confirm what producing credits he has, but it seems like he has pretty much stayed away from franchises besides producing Man of Steel. Let me just confirm. So,
Okay.
oh wow, he actually had a story credit on Man of Steel, which is I didn't know a clue about.
Oh,
So,
I gotta go get my potatoes. I made mashed potatoes.
of
I'll be right back.
course, he does have to hop out as always. Kevin does. So yeah, I'll just kind of talk. I'll confirm his credits. So yeah, as far as Christopher Nolan and that Christopher Nolan Batman coming back, I find it unlikely outside of a small cameo, little Easter egg type of role for this. But it would be fun. But I mean, my favorite Batman is Ben Affleck in Batman versus Superman specifically. It's not the best movie. The Christian Bale Batman is amazing, but I thought the heart of what Batman is and Bruce Wayne is Batman and Bruce Wayne is the Mask. I thought that was captured the most in that Ben Affleck Batman in Batman vs Superman specifically. Justice League was a little bit different. I didn't love the direction it took. Now I did look this up, Kevin. So Christopher Nolan is a producer on Man of Steel. He was a producer on Batman vs Superman and Justice League. So he's a producer on Zack Snyder's Justice League. However, he's not been a producer on any other DC movies. And he does not have any. It's not stated if he's a producer on The Flash. So like he wasn't a producer on Wonder Woman or Shazam or Joker,
Which makes sense.
which makes sense.
He was
I think he was
guy just in case like they're
I think
Batman and want to relate to him.
Yeah, exactly. And I also think that
So.
I think Zack Snyder worked with him, and he really he wanted that he wanted to extend that producer role to him because Christopher Nolan, really showed what DC Universe could do, and now just Zack Snyder was making more stylized version of it. So, unless you have any other notes on this is just really exciting for me, and there's a few other exciting news we can also get to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm excited. I love anything Batman. Batman's my favorite superhero, so let's go.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
that's fantastic. Now, there's also some more superhero news this week, and this is coming from Sony. Not the MCU, but the Sony-verse, which is where Venom is in. And then they also have Morbius and Venom 2, Unleash the Carnage. Let me get the confirmation of the name of that. Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. I love the cheese of that name. I love Venom.
I do too, actually.
I really enjoy Venom. It's not it's cheesy fun, but I thought it was a blast. And they're expanding that universe at Sony as much as they can right now. They have back-to-back announcements coming from Deadline. Yesterday, they announced that Olivia Wilde has come on to direct a new it's currently a untitled and secret female-centered Marvel movie at Sony. It is widely rumored and speculated that it's going to be Spider-Woman. Now, this was exciting for many reasons, mostly because of Olivia Wilde, and she directed Booksmart last year.
Great director, yeah.
She really knocked out of the park with her first film, which it didn't do great at the box office, but it was widely loved across the year, and so that just makes it more exciting. And the Spider-Woman character, which I'm not fully familiar with, there's a lot of different incarnations. Jessica Drew was the initial, but Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane Watson have been that character in different versions. So, so right now, actually, Olivia Wilde is going to direct a psychological thriller called Don't Worry, Darling, first, which stars Florence Pugh, Chris Pine, Shia LaBeouf, and Dakota Johnson.
Wow,
sounds exciting.
Wait, I think I've seen that trailer.
It actually is not shooting until this fall, so that is not been shot yet. So that's her next project, but she right now is developing this, and this is going to be her third directorial project, which is exciting. I think that's a great move. Mostly excited because of the director. If you get a good director in there, then the casting, the story, it really can all not be as important because the director is such an important role. And that was then followed up today with the news that J.C. Chandor, who most recently directed Triple Frontier for Netflix with Ben Affleck, he's going to be directing the Kraven the Hunter movie, which is based on the Spider-Man comic book villain Kraven, who basically is a hunter and he hunts down Spider-Man. Now, This movie has been in development for a while, so the movie isn't news. It's It's finally have a director signed up, and what this really shows me is that they're trying to develop this universe, this Sonyverse, Venom-Verse, whatever you want to call it. As soon as they're trying to really speed this thing up because they have 2 movies in the can coming out next year. Both were supposed to be released this year, Morbius and Venom 2, and they have now. Let's just go over all of these movies in development. So they have Kraven the Hunter with J.C. Chandor.
So this is all in the Spider Universe by Sony.
Correct. So not in the MCU. And, of course, there's been some speculation that maybe Venom could start being integrated with the MCU just because they have that Spider-Man deal where they're creating Spider movies within the MCU, but they're creating Venom movies as themselves. So the current slate is this Kraven the Hunter movie. After Morbius and Venom 2, they have Kraven the Hunter. They have a Madam Web movie, which they have S.J. Clarkson on tap to direct, another female character. They have a writer. They have a writer who will be is writing a Jackpot movie. I have no idea what that means. I don't know what Jackpot is, but they're writing it, so they're trying to produce it. And
like
then
a gambling movie of some sort, I'm sure.
I can look it up and find out. And then they have also the Olivia Wilde likely Spider-Woman movie. So that's 4 movies in development and 2 movies already shot. Well, there's probably already looking at sequels to Venom 3, making a Venom 3 and possibly a Morbius 2. They're really cranking this up, and it's really exciting to see another universe, which specifically because I think DC is really – after, Justice League, it seems like they're really honing in on singular movies. They're not trying to make it all universe-centric right now, which I really appreciate. Having Joker, having the Batman with Robert Pattinson, which seems like a standalone, they're kind of really focusing on singular movies and maybe connecting 1 or 2 movies at a time, taking a slower approach, which I like. And having this Sonyverse, which is kind of having a completely different approach to creating a universe with almost movies that a lot of these are villains. I mean, I know Madam Web was a villain at first, and so is Kraven's a villain. Venom's a villain. It's a really interesting approach. I'm interested to see where it goes, mostly because I like Venom. So, what are your thoughts overall on this expansion of the Sony Spider-Verse, Venom-Verse, whatever you want to call it?
I mean, I'm excited, of course. God, you put a lot in there. I mean, I'm a little.
I'm sorry, I kind of went over it a lot.
It's Sony kind of. It's just trying to bank on their biggest commodity right now, which is Spider-Man. Because I think they're themselves, especially with the PlayStation 5, they're trying to really start building their company.
That's not to be talked. Also, they have the Spider-Verse animated film and the sequel of Spider-Verse coming. So
yeah, they got a lot coming out. I mean, and they got games coming out as well. Like it just so it makes sense. They're definitely taking advantage of it. I kind of like that. I'm trying to think of anything else with that. I mean, I'm excited. Carnage is just one of the craziest, superhero characters. I like that they confirmed it. I think I knew that Carnage was going to be in this one.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson was in the post-credit scene, and then that kind of set up the sequel.
Right. Yeah.
It was kind of cheesy post-credit scene. He said he's got his bad wig on. He goes, "There's going to be carnage." not the best post-credit scene, but Woody Harrelson is a great actor. Tom Hardy's great. I think that I'm excited for that. I mean, they brought on to direct that I can't think of his name. Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis directed that film. So yeah, there's just a lot going for this. I mean, I think once we see Venom 2 and once we see Morbius, there'll be a lot more tangibility, and I feel like those could potentially have post-credit scenes to set up some of these other films. So once we get casting, once we learn more about the stories of these, I think that'll get more excitement going. But right now, it's just kind of thrilling to see where they're headed. So,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I completely agree. Sorry, my dad called me 3 times.
No worries. Those are the 3 big news here, and we're gonna wrap this up. This mini pod.
Cool.
This mini pod discussing the Flash news with Ben Affleck returning as Batman, as well as the 2 Spider-Verse movies being announced at Sony. A lot of exciting stuff. We're going to be recording a podcast this weekend. I'm going to bring you a I'm going to bring you a review of Unhinged, which I'm seeing on Saturday night, the new film, the first film really being released nationwide in the United States. And
Exciting.
then we're still also, I believe, going to review Project Power and discuss any and all other news that could be dropped between then. Probably discuss DC Fandom. There could be a lot coming out of news related to that. So with all that dropping, there could be if there's a Batman trailer, we're going to be talking about that. If there's the first Snyder Cut trailer, I mean, who knows what's going to be announced at this DC Fandom. There's a plethora of stuff. There's a likely chance we might be doing an emergency pod Saturday night if enough big news drops at that fandom event. So with that being said, Kevin, Dirty Kev, where can they find you online?
Yeah, man, you guys can find me on Facebook. No, I'm kidding. You can find me on Twitter at, what is it, Mr. Kevin Corcoran, I think? And then also
I believe
Just
so.
Jobbers, of course, that is my podcast. I'm the host of and with co-host Max over here.
Look up Just Three Jobbers on YouTube.
Yeah, man. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for having me, dude.
Absolutely. You can find me at ZwakMax on Twitter. Make sure to like this video. Please subscribe. We're trying to grow our base. We love that our last video got a lot of views. We're really happy to see that. So take a look at us. Subscribe to us. We'd love to have you here. And thank you. And we'll see you on the next episode of The Binge Brothers. Peace.